Harry Potter, the boy who lived, come to die.
We can end this.
Only I can live forever.
Come on, Tom. Let's finish this the way we started it. Together!
There's a bookshelf document of the Harry Potter epic and these phenomenal books that so many people here love and people all over the world. Taking that to the screen, it has to become a different epic. You can't put every minute, you can't put every page, you can't put every sentence. That process of choice is going to be inherently controversial. But tell us about the process. I mean, it would be you and Joe and David Heyman and Steve?
It would all start with Steve Clovis, who's adapted, you know, he basically, all but one. And Steve he's remarkable. And it's really thrilling for me now to see in some of the reviews that we're getting, Steve's name mentioned again and again and again, because he's been the one constant in all of these movies. And I think over a 10-year period, he's actually done a remarkable job. Yeah. He's got a fantastic ear for Joe's characters. And Joe has said, you know, on more than one occasion that he's been able to write them almost better than she would herself. Mm. And so it starts with Steve, and he basically will go away with the book, and he'll come back with a draft. And his first drafts are normally pretty good. But then we'll sit down together in a room over a period of a week or two, and we'll kick that draft around and give notes from me, David Heyman, David Barron, and then Steve will do another couple of drafts, and we'll keep working basically until we get to the point where we're ready to shoot. Jo Rowling comes in very late in the day, normally a few weeks before we start shooting, and she'll read the script. And she'll give it her approval, or she'll add a few thoughts and notes. But generally Jo is absolutely wonderful. She's not at all territorial or egotistical. She absolutely understands the challenges of adapting and how tricky it can be. She appreciates that ultimately we need to make changes, amendments, add new things, take things away. And she's always been very gracious and very supportive of that, certainly in all the 4 films I've made.
It's fascinating to see the epic come to a close and see how many things that were planted in the very first book, in the very first film, how many things come full circle and connect, how all the tumblers fall into place. And it makes you just, it staggers the imagination to consider that Joe created this universe. I mean, it's the complexity and the satisfying click at the end when it all kind of comes together. I mean, how does a person do that?
She's remarkable. She's absolutely remarkable. And she, I remember right at the very beginning when I went into Stuart Craig's office, and Stuart Craig had a drawn map of the whole of Hogwarts Castle and all the surrounding grounds. And when we were doing Order of the Phoenix, David Heyman phoned up Joe and said, we need to do a tapestry for the Black family. And we just wondered if, you know, how we should sort of start to put it together. And Joe, 5 minutes later, faxed through an incredibly intricate family bloodline for all the Black family with incredible detail. And she just obviously thought about the whole saga with such detail right from the first. And I think she's going to put a lot of interesting things in Pottermore, which is her new website. We saw a taster of that. And it looks really interesting, actually. And it's for the fans, you know, it's fundamentally as a gift for them.